God, you look so young then.
You do. You really do. And you look at that, and it was 5 years ago. So a lot's changed then. I can't quite believe it's 5 years. But you look at you then, and you've got that glint in your eye. You're excited. You're young. They're describing you as a bad boy. The girls are going crazy. I mean, at that moment, at the beginning of that experience, you must have just thought like you'd won the lottery at that point.
Well, yeah, it was very strange. Like, you don't really have a second to think about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, it all happened so quick. Like, I couldn't even remember, like, straight after coming off stage, do you know what I mean? I couldn't even remember what had just happened. And, yeah, it was just so weird. And then it just snowballed and just kept going and kept going. It was crazy. You really don't have a second to think about it.
Did you think at that time, were you ready for it in your own head? No,
not a chance. Like, not a chance. You don't have a second to think about anything. Like, and all the other stuff that comes with it as well, like your family, like everyone. Like, so many people watch the X Factor. Like, it's unbelievable. Like, everyone. I was walking down the street like the day after my audition was shown, and there's just some random geezers that I'd seen about in town, like where I live and stuff. I'd seen them about and that. We didn't know each other. He's like, "All right, Frank, how you doing?" And then, like, from then, it was just like, it was mental. It was ridiculous.
And it snowballed, and it got a little bit out of control in places and areas. If you could have changed anything or done anything differently going back in time, what would you have done?
Well, like, to be honest, like, it was a bit... Like, I was doing, like... I knew I weren't going to win the show, do you know what I mean? Like, I accepted that. I was doing Pony, I was doing songs that I didn't want to do, but I was doing exactly what was asked of me, do you know what I mean? Like, I had the choice whether to go out and stuff, do you know what I mean? Go out and... or not go out, and sometimes I was the only one who was allowed to go out.
Going out after the show,
yeah, stuff like that, do you know what I mean? And, like, they'd give me the nod and say, yeah, we've got your VIP here, and I'd turn up and there'd be cameras everywhere and stuff, so it was like, I don't know, it seemed a bit, like, strange, do you know what I mean? But I loved it. I had the time of my life. Like, my mates had the time of their lives. Like, it was amazing, great fun. But with the whole cocaine thing, like, there was no proof or anything. Like, I don't know why they decided to release that, and they said they wouldn't in the meeting, in the last meeting that I had, when they said, like, look, we've heard that you've done it and stuff. And all it was me admitting it. There was no proof. I said, there's no proof for anything, so, like, is everyone going to find out? And they said no, and then on the way home, it was just all over the papers and that, like...
So you were, obviously, you were disappointed that it got out.
Yeah.
But it was there, and it might have got out.
Of course, yeah, no, and I held my hands up. I held my hands up and I said, look, I've got to leave, I've got to leave, I've got to go.
The thing was that, you know, after that, you were getting abused in the street, giving you a very hard time. Went into Big Brother, and it actually went really well. You enjoyed it.
It's great
and, you know, and it was exactly what Big Brother needed. Unfortunately, after that, then the wheels came off. Because you lost a mate, didn't you?
Yeah, I lost my best mate, Conor. He was punched, and it was just a single punch, and he just died, and he was like the best person I've ever met.
I'm
do you know what I mean?
sorry for that. And you
he was
you
19.
dealt, and it's so young, a tragic, absolutely tragic situation, and the way you dealt with it was you just went out and you partied and you spiralled and you got yourself into a really bad place.
Yeah, I did. You know, like, I really did. As everyone else did, everyone struggled with it. Do you know what I mean? It was horrible, but I was 19 and I had 200 grand in the bank. Do you know what I mean?
It's a dangerous situation
it's very,
to be in.
like, especially, like, because I like going out, and I do like, I did like a bit of some of the stuff that I shouldn't like, do you know what I mean? And I did, and it did get really bad. And, like, there was times where I was just waking up in the morning, like, crying, thinking, what's going on, like, and it would last for weeks. I was ringing my dad, we was talking about counselling, and it's just so dangerous, and you don't think about these things. I'm not saying, like, it was because of all of that I, like, went a bit mental and stuff, but you don't think about it. And, like walking down the street, people were looking at me, and it was just like, do you know what I mean? It was just really horrible.
Well, you pulled it back together by seeing the world, travelling.
Yeah, I've done a bit of travelling now. It's great fun. And
but all of the things that you were doing to your body still exist overseas. So, so how did you manage to leave it all behind? Was it just the party scene that you were in over here? Was it?
Well, it was just so easy, especially because of what happened, like, with me as well. Everyone knew. So on a night out, people were like, oh, it's Frankie, like, here, mate, have a bit of that. And when you've had a drink, like, you don't even think about it. Do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, go on in, and you.
So on the assumption now that you've got your head back together, because you are in a much better place.
Yeah, I am.
You've written 100 songs.
About that.
You brushed your hair. I mean, that was the picture that kind of everybody went loopy about this week, was this picture on Twitter, and they were like, look at the hair, look at you, look at this.
Very strange, because I don't think it's... Like, it's still stupid and big, do you know what I mean? Like, and all the photos, like, of me on the live shows, like, with the levers and stuff, like, I only wore them for the live shows. Do you know what I mean? Like I never actually.
It's like a costume.
Yeah, it is. It's a fancy dress.
But if you've got 100 songs together and you've cleaned yourself up and you are now looking for someone to work with, someone to take you on board and maybe get this stuff out so we can all hear it, how reliable are you?
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, that's one thing I do regret, is letting people down all the time. Do you know what I mean? Because I was meant to turn up to TV show appearances and stuff, and because of where I was with my head, and if you had asked me a year ago, I probably wouldn't have. I'd have been like, no way, not a chance. Do you know what I mean? But I'm confident.
A year ago, we wouldn't have let you on.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm like. Yeah, I'm happy. I'm confident, and
So
I'm willing. I want to do other stuff as well. Like I want to act. I was a good little actor when I was younger.
You are still younger. Can I just point out?
No, I mean 14, 15. I've done a bit of acting. I really enjoyed it. I loved it.
So casting agents, anyone in the music industry, you can sit here now and say, listen, I am reliable. I'm a changed Frankie. Trust me, I'll deliver the goods.
Yeah, I'm up for it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. Oh, well, it's nice to see you, and it's good to see that you're back.
Thank you very much. Can I just quickly mention that the Conor Saunders Foundation is the charity that my mate, his family set it up and stuff, and they're just...
This is your mate that died?
Yeah, the family, what they've done is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, they hand out defibrillators to schools and football clubs, and how they've managed to do it, they're just amazing.
Well,
we'll put all the details of that on our website for you. OK?
Thanks, Frank.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me. Cheers.
Hello YouTube. For more of the same, just click here, and don't forget you can subscribe for even more of these amazing videos exclusive to our channel.
I mean, I'm around Americans a lot, so I can kind of slip into it, but then sometimes, you know, people will be like, oh, you sound like you're a bit from Milwaukee, and I'm like, how? How do I go from standard America? Anyway,